Good morning, everybody. All right. Morning, everybody. Morning. I'm also on YouTube. Georgie. I wonder if people in England watch CNBC feel the same way. All right. Sorry if I'm look a little bit tired, because I am. All right. So I'll give everybody just a few seconds here. Let me tag everybody. All right, so looks like everybody's on. Let me tag everybody in my channel. Wow. All right.
Yeah, free. Yeah, free bagels.
What?
Morning, Eric.
Morning. What's up, man? Oh, I just got hit with some bongers out of nowhere. Wait.
You guys hear me fine on the live?
Wait, what? What'd you say? Mini? All right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and go over some quick news here. Right off the bat, and I'll go over some top headlines, but these are just top news right now. So the Pentagon hits reset on Trump's $10 billion cloud deal, welcoming new players. I talked about this yesterday, I think. The U.S. Department of Defense canceled its $10 billion Jedi cloud computing project on Tuesday, reversing the Trump-era award to Microsoft, announcing a new contract expected to include its rival, Amazon.com, and possibly other cloud players. Oh, wow. Hold on one second. Okay. So Google backed Planet Labs to go public in $2.8 billion SPAC deal. Earth data and analytics company Planet Labs, which is backed by Alphabet's Google will go public through a merger with a blank check company in a deal valued at $2.8 billion. Let's see here.
Yeah, you've been talking that whole time. I thought it was my shit acting up. Not hearing you.
Oh, you can hear me now? Weird.
Yeah, free.
So some pretty cool news. I'm not sure if anybody swung yesterday. I posted about it. Big C. I swung those $70 calls. Manny's obsessed. Yeah, you got to send him the OG, the one where he's the live recording. Oh my God, Manny. Yeah, that guy's so rich. That's not me. That was there when I got here. I'm not playing Fortnite. I don't even play duos. Who does that? Does it say I'm doing that? I can find out. Hold on one second. Wait, why does it say that? It's my cousin. Strange. He's playing Fortnite right now. That's why it pops up like that. No, nope, just this thing. Okay, so let's see here. But anyway, so Big Commerce, or Big C, teams with Amazon multi-channel fulfillment to help merchants process orders faster. And as you guys can see, if you take a look at your chart on Big C, we have had a nice push up. This morning we hit $71. We have pulled back to $69.79. So if you guys did swing that contract, then I would highly recommend watching the first 15 minute candle, and then from there kind of evaluating. Obviously we're going to want to see it hold that 69 level for sure. So okay.
Yo, you know what's crazy? On Tesla puts on the 0.50 interval strikes, there is no liquidity whatsoever. When you look at the calls, there's liquidity everywhere, man.
I think that it's going to go on a bull run.
Goddamn permabulls.
It's going to. It's been bleeding long enough. They're going to send it. And I think that the market, I don't know. I can't call the top. I'm not going to try to, but I know that when SPY gets to 436, that if it breaks that level, I don't know anymore.
I think we're going to see the same shit as yesterday. We're going to see SPY and the Dow and the Russell take a crop, and tech is going to keep going with Amazon.
Tech is the strongest sector right now.
Yeah, mostly because the yields are free falling. Today, there's FOMC at 2. The JOLTS report comes out at 10 a.m. So at 10 a.m., we really could see a reversal in the overall trend in the bad. And then Bostic is speaking like at 3:30. I don't see Powell on or anything, but let me check the Federal Reserve calendar just because. I don't know why I ever Googled Federal Reserve Unlimited Money. Why is that a suggestion? Today is... No, it's just FOMC minute meeting.
All right, sorry. By the way, a lot of selling happening in the airline sector.
Yeah, I see value, dude.
Mm-hmm. Love got actually Southwest Airlines has received less. They've actually had more people buy, but yeah, there's been a lot of American Airlines selling happening. But anyway, the U.S. carrier said on Tuesday it carried nearly 2.7 million customers on more than 26,000 flights from July 1st to July 5th, nearly 3 times the passengers it carried in 2020. So that is a sign of recovery. That's a new word. Recovery. The company flew more than twice as many flights over the 5-day period this year versus 2020, including combined mainline and regional flights as more Americans get vaccinated against COVID-19. So a little update here on Didi. 1 second. What is this? I don't know why there's an air conditioning dude at our house. We only call Manny and work through it. No, I'm just kidding. But on Didi, the 2 Chinese popular mobile apps, Alipay and Tencent WeChat, have suspended the light version software of Didi's ride-hailing service in China to new users. A source familiar with the matter said the service is still available to users who have used them on the platforms before. The source, who declined to be named, said, I wouldn't say anything either. The light version platforms, known as mini programs, are smaller than common mobile apps and exist inside a super or multifunctional app such as Alipay and WeChat. Didi also operates a standalone app. Comcast, CMCA, Universal Pictures will send new movies exclusively to the company's Peacock streaming service no later than 4 months after the debut in theaters, the company said on Tuesday. The new arrangement begins 2022, which will include films from Universal Animation Studios, DreamWorks Animation, Illumination, and all that good stuff. Upcoming titles include Jurassic World Dominion, also a fresh installment of Minions. Maybe it's a merger between the two. Anyway, another Get Out film from Jordan Peele, all that other good stuff. It's kind of irrelevant. But anyway, that is good news. As Peacock is actually, just from a social, I actually have the app. And I use it. So my user review is good. But if you check out the daily chart, CMCA actually is up there at that breakout level. So had a retest yesterday, so might be worth taking a look at here today. Yeah, it doesn't have a terrible setup. You just want to see it above 5660. Alrighty. Those of you who haven't heard inside the chat, NVIDIA, the company, said that it's opened its claims in the fastest UK supercomputer outside researchers that have included both academic scientists and commercial firms such as AstraZeneca and GlaxoSmithKline. The chip supplier spent about $100 million on its Cambridge One system, which uses artificial intelligence to solve health research problems, and was announced in October. In the case of AstraZeneca, for example, the system will learn about 1 billion chemical compounds represented by a group of characters that can be assembled into sentence-like structures. They can use the technology to fine-tune the molecules for aspects they care about, like binding proteins to make them safe for human consumption. Kimberly Powell, the vice president and general manager of NVIDIA's healthcare business, if you guys didn't know about that, said in the interview. So Now NVIDIA is going to crush it on other levels. So don't, man. Whew. NVIDIA to 950. You heard it here first. Maybe not. Somebody probably already said it. All right. So I know that some of you guys are still in position. Just to confirm, but Virgin Galactic Holdings is the company is finalizing plans to for founder Richard Branson to join 5 others in a test flight to the edge of space on July 11th. The British billionaire said his wife may be nervous about the launch, but he himself wasn't the least bit afraid. I've been looking forward to this for 17 years. Branson said in an interview on Tuesday with Spaceport America in the remote town of Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. Very interesting. Wow. I don't know if I want to live there. I mean, I'm okay with the truth, but that sounds pretty hardcore. Unity will be launched at an altitude of 50,000 feet from a Virgin Galactic carrier plane, then soar on its own rocket power to the boundary of space, where the crew will experience about 4 minutes of weightlessness before descending back down to Earth. And lastly, as far as news, the Chinese Xpve, the Chinese electric maker closed flat on its $1.8 billion Hong Kong dual primary listing, as the company said it would develop future models based on product platforms designed for the international markets, which means they want to expand, led by former Alibaba executive. I really want to butcher this. I'm not going to try it. The 7-year-old automaker is developing a smart car technologies, including smart cabin and autonomous driving. Xpve chose a dual primary listing rather than a secondary listing, as it has been listed in New York for less than 2 years. Just to throw these out there, Beyond Meat, CFRA cuts rating to hold from buy to reflect a more balanced risk reward following a 30% increase in share price over the last 2 months.
But they forgot to mention that the 30% price increase was due to a fund covering. They forgot that part. The price increase on the stock in general is not healthy. It was just somebody covering due to the news that came out at the time. The stock in general, like Beyond Meats, if you guys can show me otherwise, I want to know. But the company, it's not good.
I don't think that somebody would have had 30% movement though. Like that's a huge. I mean, that'd be all of Credit Suisse.
Damn, no, it wasn't one. I mean, obviously,
but it probably triggered. Yeah, people probably just.
But I know for sure they covered, and then they hit somebody's big old limit order at 154, literally at 154. And that's when you started getting that rejection. And then it just came back down. Remember, they can cover and get a better fill when they short.
Real quick, as far as watch lists today, scalping, watching kind of pretty much the same thing as Manny. I'm going to be watching Amazon, of course, as well, NVIDIA. And I'm going to be looking to potentially scalp both of those. But I also am watching CRM. CRM has I'll go over that after Manny and Atlas, but has a phenomenal setup on the daily. And I think we could be nearing a breakout. That is one of Pelosi's favorite stocks. And of course, yeah, like I said, Big C is another one that I'm looking at. And then Microsoft, of course. So if you guys swung 280 calls, we're $1 away from that, about $1 away, yeah. So 95 cents away from being in the money. So I am looking to hold this through a bounce. 277.95 is my stopping point. But anyway, I'll let Manny go ahead and get to it about what he's watching, levels and such, and yeah.
All right. So I don't know why this giving me $6 for Tesla? What? Make no sense. Alright, so what am I watching today? Obviously, I think aside from every single retail trader in the whole stock market, Amazon. Here's the thing with Jeffrey Bezos. God, that song is so catchy. So, here's what's happening. that move that Amazon has been giving, guys, Amazon has been carrying the Nasdaq since yesterday. Not even, I think since Friday, they even carried it as well. So here's what's gonna happen: if Amazon can continue pushing up, it will literally take the 3,700 level and keep moving up. But I personally think that I would be nice, not nice. Sorry, I would be happy if we see a small little pullback to retest some critical levels. If not, then just ride it. There's no really point in that. Now, I'm not looking to hold anything long in general. Manny and his damn pullbacks. I'm not looking to hold anything long in general, but I will be trying to scalp Amazon multiple times. There are a very nice amount of contracts that are cheap and they're going to pay nice. 3750s, 3800s, and 3885. One thing to note about Amazon, it has a lot of room to run before we can see a hard rejection. I say this because on the hourly, you have the Bollinger Band all the way at 37.70. We have a $70 run, which is amazing. So that's just how that would be, and I will be looking to trade this just of overall momentum. The second thing that is my main watch is the Tesla 666, 667-ish rejection. The reason why is because when you draw a fib on Tesla at the moment, you basically get a golden pocket at that zone. That zone is actually the same zone that we rejected yesterday, that we couldn't break above after we had that sell-off and we bounced and came back up. We were rejecting the golden pocket and then we came back down. So I'm looking for sort of the same scenario if SPY sells off. Remember, tech can rally, but if the S&P sells off, Tesla is going with it. No questions about it. But let's see how that plays out. I'm not going to be looking at that like as I'm going to fill right into it, the first rejection. But I will be looking to see if there is sell strength coming into the S&P and would it translate to Tesla. The third one, I'm watching SHOP. SHOP has a small of a gap. SHOP is at all-times high. I'm watching for a small little gap fill back to 1540. At 1540, I will feel very comfortable going long if we fill that gap. The reason why is because obviously we are at all-times high, and at the end of the day, you guys have heard me say this a lot, gaps need to get filled. It makes it better for the price action. It makes things look more healthier and doesn't look more scammy. So the main thing is, in SHOP at least, I do want to see the gap get filled, mostly because there's no real catalyst driving SHOP, unlike Amazon. You know what I mean? That's why Amazon, I'm not expecting a gap fill. I'm expecting a real gap and go. But with SHOP, I would rather see a small little gap fill happen. And then I'm also watching Square over 250. I mean, that's a pretty easy scalp to 250. That's literally free money. And Netflix over 544, 545 at this rate to like 547. Those two trades are literally like easy money trades. But overall, I do think that. Let me not drop my bearish opinions. But if you want both cases, you have to realize one thing: market movement right now is very synthetic. When I say synthetic, this is not natural. When this stops, it's going to be nice because we're going to be able to profit out of that real nice. So just keep in mind also today at 2 o'clock, there's an FOMC minute meeting. Just keep that. I wouldn't be surprised if we consolidate or sell off, whatever the case. But I don't see that happening as long as Amazon. But remember, the main part is that Amazon needs to hold momentum. What else? That's pretty much it. I mean, I see Roku also looks like it has a decent setup over yesterday's highs. A lot of room to like 441 and so on 446, but that's not my main priority, especially today. Yeah, let's see what it is. I think Amazon actually might be able to give us a trade right off the bell. Again, if anybody is listening, these are the contracts that I'm watching. They have a good price, and I think they'll open up nicer. 3750, 3800, and 3850. Those contracts are actually very liquid. For Shopify, I'm watching 1600s. I don't want to go too out the money on Shopify just because I would rather put in $1,000 or so risk on that trade because I know that it will move accordingly. But I'm not looking to really, buy a $300 strike and then it's not $300 strike. I'm sorry, a $1,700 strike. That's like around $300. Buy maybe 3, 4, 5 of them, and then on a pullback, I'm gonna get hammered like there's no tomorrow. That's pretty much. I'm done for with what I'm watching, Garrett. Let me see where Alice is.
Thomas on, Manny?
No, he's not on. Something I'm missing.
All right. Well, let's see here. Oops.
NVIDIA's at all times higher.
Yeah.
I hate NVIDIA. I don't want to trade it no more.
Did anybody take Microsoft with me?
Oh, I left him at home. He won't be home till later today.
Okay. All right, so CRM, we're going to go over that one real quick. Oh, okay, I've got a good setup there. All right, so as you can see, in pre-market, we actually tried to go and break, but we have been holding, and yesterday we held underneath it, but this 250 level here. So it looks as if CRM has been really heavily consolidated under 246 for what looks to be around a week and a half or so. And then as of today in pre-market, we've broken that 252 level. So if we go down here to the hourly, we can see that 252.96, or basically the break of 253, is going to be a good entry for me on CRM. Now, I'm likely going to go at least a month out, maybe a little bit shorter, and select the 260 call. Because I do like the way that CRM moves when it picks up steam, and it has broken a pretty key level here. So I am watching CRM above that 253 level. Let me go ahead and just type that in my channel while I'm saying it. Yeah, so 255s if you're going for... I don't know if I would go for a weekly unless there's momentum behind it, but it would be a good play to take 255 out till next week. So I am watching that play. So let's put watch CRM of 253 with Have you watched the whole thing?
Yeah, I've watched the whole thing. Super lit. Like, it's a very catchy song. He's gonna get pretty famous because of that.
Oh, dude, you go watch the entire thing. It is filled with songs like that. It's hilarious. It's the cutoff screen for me though. That just I can't. It just kills me every time. Let's go stocks. So we got CRM above 253. Watching Big C, of course, we swung this one. We have $70 contracts, so we will be in the money. But the deal with Amazon could be a good catalyst for Big C, as it's been held underneath or held around this level, I think the 65 level. And that's been a rejection point a couple of different times here, as well as being stuck underneath 60. So we're above 60 and finally popping above $70 here. So what's up, man? So CRM, Big C today, obviously we're moving up in pre-market. I'm watching the 5 minute here, so probably in pre-market gonna watch for the break of 71.22, possibly look for $75 strikes out till next week. With continuation, Big C can and does tend to be a heavily shorted stock here or there, but when it moves, it definitely picks up steam. Those of you guys who've played CRM with me, or excuse me, Big C with me, you guys know that. But Microsoft, so again, this one has a good setup. I did swing the 280 strike. And with that, we got a very small gap up, not breaking yesterday's high of 29.33, and there's a small gap to fill underneath. So obviously we're going to be looking at the Qs. So if you look in the bottom right hand corner of my screen, You'll see that the Qs have a decent setup here. We got a gap up, a bounce off of that 20-day moving average on the 1 hour. And it does have a good setup to potentially run today. That target that I had of 265 is likely going to be a reality here relatively soon. CRM here in pre-market is starting to pick up. Alrighty. What else is Microsoft? Want to know what else is Microsoft? What is so anyway, on Microsoft, obviously, it's going to be relatively easy for it to fill that gap to 277. So if you guys want to, more than welcome to just go ahead and take profit. If you're in any weekly positions, today is when you might start seeing your contracts get trucked whenever we see pullbacks. So, and let's see here. Let's look at NVIDIA. Anybody swing NVIDIA in the chat?
If you did, I just have a question for you. And the question is, not a sale alert.
That's what I'm watching.
Jeffrey.
I don't care, man. Not you, sorry. I always forget to throw the C at the end of big C. All right, there we go. Big C, or pre-market highs. Right now, key level would be 72.50 for big C. That's what I'm watching. Let's see here. All right. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. Make sure. Can you answer this? In an opening, scalp shop and Amazon contracts move so fast that we don't get to enter limit price at time. Is it best to buy the ask in that case? Yeah, I can't. I can't buy market. I've done it a few times, and I just
yeah, it's like Justin shit. Justin's the one that can buy market, and I don't know how fucking does that shit.
Yeah, I just if it's moving fast, and I think that I'm going to be able to catch momentum if I'm going heavy in a scalp, then most of the time you're not going to be able to catch the limit. You know, you're going to have to buy the ask, just like Manny said. And sell.
The limit is the ask, but the thing is that some people always try to buy mid, right?
Well,
and that's pretty much the issue.
When you pull the order up, like on the screen, it'll say limit, but it will show the mid like as that. So like that's what you're trying to get filled at. So I got the two mixed up, but yeah. So if you try and fill mid, you're not likely going to get filled. But if you buy the ask, then you will. So. Oh my God! One time market filled me for 20K instead of 2. Not for options. Not for me anyway.
That on Shopify was just about 1,136 shares that were executed at 1538 and 1540 more or less.
Right.
You get that. That's nothing. I just saw it on the times and sales. Not even. You know how I can tell you it's not nothing? TradeStation didn't even recognize it. It's just one order. As soon as the algos start giving in the other orders at 1550, that's it. It's gonna go back up. This always happens. I mean, theoretically though, the gap did get filled. I
know NEG, NEGG was called yesterday. That one actually is moving here in pre-market. So watch that one above yesterday's high or yesterday's wick fill. I think, who was it? Who called that one?
I'm a Jeffrey, you can do it. Take us all to Tandy Land.
What swings are you guys in right now?
Everything. You know the whole what swingers swing? Everything.
Who?
Oh, it's red? Swing it. How deep? How deep are you in oil swings? That is the question. Alright, then you just medium deep, man. Don't worry about it. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. Enough to sweat. That's a bit of learning. DJ, square is literally the trade is there, right? It might go, it might not. Don't focus on square. Focus on a trade that has momentum.
Ooh,
like
neg.
Amazon.
NEGG. That
Neg?
that thing is ripping in pre-market here.
That's crazy. I didn't know Amazon is up. I didn't know options are updating now.
Oh, what, on a trade station?
No, consumer just said his P&L is showing 3.7K. That's weird.
So if you're in oil, guys, I'm just looking at OIH. You don't need to just sit there and watch your position bleed. I know I'm not in oil, but I know that some of you guys. I'm just recommending this for those of you who are in oil. It still has a support that it could potentially go down to at 205. If it doesn't hold. And if you look at here in pre-market, it's got that bear flag look. So if it breaks 210, then more than likely you need to hedge yourself. You need to take a position, and try and at least recover some of those. And if you're long, then you're good, but it's still an opportunity to optimize the downside rather than just watch a long position, bleed. So.
All right. So one thing I just want to say right now, so you guys know. So I'm explaining to DJ. Good contracts that you could smaller accounts can play on Amazon. 3850, 3900, 3950, and I say no to 4000. Here's why. I know that Amazon's expensive. I know that Amazon is like 3, 4, 5K a contract. I understand everything, but here is the thing: if you risk less on a stock like Amazon, you will 80% of the time lose money out of the trade because the move that's going to happen on the underlying is not going to be enough to give you the payout that you expect. You can't go into a contract out the money on Amazon that has a $7, $8 delta and think that it's going to pay you like one that has a $40 or $20 delta. Just one thing I want everybody to be clear about. The 3950s has a $5 delta. That contract is going to move in a $5 interval per dollar move. Remember this. Delta is very important when you pick out your strike. If you go too out of the money, you might get a shitty Delta contract that will need a much bigger move to profit out of, right? IV alone will move the 3850s and the 3900s. But the 4000s, that's a bit far-fetched. You only have, there's not even a delta, a positive delta on that thing, man. It's 000. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. You could trade them, but you got to remember, you can't go into a contract that's only worth $200, $300 and expect to profit $100 or $200 out of it. Especially on a Wednesday. Theta decay is already hitting them. So what you need is something that you can scalp with. So if you got to put a little bit more risk, okay, instead of buying multiple out the money, buy one closer to the money. For scalping, you got to keep that in mind. Quantity is good, but sometimes quantity can be bad. I would really prefer, if it was up to me, instead of me buying 10 out the monies, I would rather buy 5 at the money contracts.
Real quick before we get going, as far as a scalp, I was just looking at dark pool out of the fangs. I think I'm going to take Netflix. So it's already filled a little gap up in pre-market. So I think I'm going to take this one. I'm going to be watching Netflix, likely the 545 or 550 strike. for this week. So watch this one.
The 450 is nice. I have it. I'm watching that one too. It has a lot. The
Oh,
550 has a lot of OI.
Are you taking Netflix too? I'm sorry if you already called. Did you already say that?
No, I didn't call. I mean, I have it on my watches, but they're like my wallet patterns. You know, they're trades that I know they're gonna hit, but they're not my main focus.
I think I'm gonna take that one at the bell.
I'm just stop watching this guy's Twitter, fucking talking like him and everything. Next thing you know, I'm gonna start losing 300K per trade. Whoops. The 550s, they have about 3-4, I think, thousand open interest, so that's pretty nice. You know, we might actually go to that.
All right, if I put it in my channel. Come on, Jeffrey. Oh my God.
Oh, we got 5 minutes of bell. Jeez, you didn't even notice that.
All right, what do we got? We got 4 more minutes. Remember, guys, if you're scalping the bell, this is a good time to be aware of your. I don't want to say aware of yourself, but just your emotions, your anxiety. So if you have, make sure you take a deep breath.
You can't have none of that if you trade bell. No emotion.
Take a second look at your chart. Take a second look at your plan. The more solidified your plan is, the less shaky you're going to feel once you get to into position, or once the bell is about to hit. You're just, and it's just like we talk about, a mechanical, almost robotic system, which we can adhere to and come back to. Okay, we know what strike we're going to take. We know what the setup is. What we're taking, whether that's an orb strategy or. Are we scalping? Are we day trading? Are we taking profit on a swing trade and trying to identify whether or not it's going to pull back? So like the more in depth your plan gets, or the more in depth that work you've done in order to do that. So
I just want to say, for a scalp at the open, I'm looking at the 3850 contracts because they're gonna probably open at $1,000. If it pulls back, I'm gonna switch my strike to 3800. Okay, just letting everybody know. I seriously would really hope for Amazon to at least a little bit of a pullback at open. Because off the gates, man, with Amazon, God, I've been stuck in one of those wicks.
All right. Those of you on YouTube, TikTok, whatever, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. I'll be on after hours, likely around 8:45. So I will catch you guys then.